Exeter Medical Center, and I'm reaching out today to talk to folks about how to manage anxiety during these very interesting times of COVID-19 and social isolating. I just wanted to give a little bit of tips on how to manage the anxiety that is coming along with this. I know many are beginning to feel stir crazy around this point in time, and thinking about what are the things that we can do when we start feeling trapped and when we start feeling um, kind of hemmed into our world and our life and our home, and what do we do to move forward. So some of the things I want to talk about is, if you start feeling anxious about what's going on around you, think about your environment and think about the things that are familiar in your environment, and think about the places that you are that are safe, and the places that you are that have connections that you really need to stay close with. And those connections are family members. Maybe you have photos around your house of family members. And as you're starting to look at this, think about, how can you connect with those people? How can you connect with your family? How can you connect with people in the community? How can you use Facebook to connect with people in the community? And actually sit down and make a list of individuals that you wanted to catch up with and start talking to them about how they are doing. So one of the quickest ways to move beyond your own anxiety is to reach out to other people and understand that they may be having exactly the same experience as you are having. And it might be really important to take the time to get to know them and to see where they are. And normally, what we find out is people are experiencing many of the same things. What this situation is causing a normal reaction to an abnormal circumstance. So when you think about it, what's changed? What's different? What's new and different? And what would you like to get back to? And if getting back to is gathering with people, there are many ways to gather with people. We could do Facebook, we could do telephone, we could do Instagram. All of this technology gives us an opportunity to reach out and touch base with people. What it doesn't do is it doesn't give you that person-to-person contact. When you are feeling uncertain, some of the things that it's important to do is to kind of map that out. So sit down and say, what is new? What's different? What's changed? Why am I anxious about this? What's happening with this? And what could I do differently to kind of help myself move forward into where I would like to be going? So some of those things could be, what are some chores that you wanted to get done around your house? Maybe make a list of those and start getting those put together. What do I need to finish these chores? Are there products that you need? Are there maybe professionals that you need to contact? Are there individuals that you can get in touch with that help you to move processes forward? As you start thinking about the things you can do, think about the things that have bothered you. Oh, my closet's a nightmare, or my home office is just a disaster. There are papers all over the place. So when you kind of take those as priority, what it does is it helps you feel really good that you have accomplished something. Oh my gosh, look at this. My office looks so good. Or oh my gosh, look at this. My closet's all organized now. And it's that kind of accomplishment that helps to mitigate the impact of uncertainty. What's happening? What's happening with people around me? What are the things that I can do to maybe help move me and my process forwards? The next thing is, when you feel like you're helpless, when you feel like you're stuck, one of the things with the anxiety is movement. So if you feel like your anxiety is managing you, understand this, that it takes time to capture that feeling in you. So as you're starting feeling like you're trapped or you can't move, that's the time to get out and take a walk. If you're walking today, though, be aware that there are high wind warnings in the afternoon. So find open spaces to walk in. Find spaces that really help you to get outside of yourself, get outside of your mind, and really work on taking deep breaths, thinking about the things that you can do to help support you to get through these difficult times. Another factor of thinking about, what can I do, understanding that If my situation seems to spiral a little bit out of control, have a list of things that you can do. First thing, slow down your breathing. Understand that your breathing will accelerate as you become anxious. How do you do that? Sitting in a quiet room, a quiet area, lowering your breaths and your respirations to the point that you can still do it comfortably, but your respirations are so much slower. Do that for 7 to 10 minutes, trying to keep all of the thoughts from coming into your head. As you continue to breathe slower and slower, those thoughts are going to come, but try to push them aside. Do this for about 10 minutes. When you're done with this, stretch every single muscle in your body. Take another deep cleansing breath and go back to your list of things that you might want to do, where you might want to go, what might be the next best thing for you to keep doing. If your anxiety persists, you can try this again and again. And by the way, the more you do this, the better you get at it. And also, what's important to understand is the more you do this, the better you get at it, that you can do this on the fly. So if you're out going into a grocery store, which is something that has recently been causing fear and anxiety and panic in individuals, in your car, in the parking lot, prior to going into the store, slow your breathing down, keeping your respirations as slow as comfortably possible. Make sure your car doors are locked, because what I'm asking you to do is to try to clear your mind in the parking lot. And after you've done that and you've cleared your mind and your respirations have slowed, then think about your strategy for going into the store. I have a mask, I have gloves, I have the things that I need, I can manage how close to people I get. I have much control over the things that I'm looking forward, and I'm going to get this going in a way that works the best for me to be able to get in the store, hit my list, get everything I need or as much of it as I can, and turn around and get out of the store. One of the other tips that I like to give to people who are having these feelings of anxiousness or anxiety is thinking about who are the people that you have always connected with to be able to address, and what are the things that you have done in the past to address anxiety that have been successful. So one of the things about anxiety is it takes away from you the coping skills that you've built over the years. So what it really is taking some time to think about, what have I done in the past, who has helped me do this in the past, and how can I reach out to them again, because that seemed to work before, and I want to understand what's different. So that's the process. You have to really reach back and take control of the anxiety, because that's what's moving you forward. Slowing your breaths, putting together a plan, and thinking about what can you do in the now and the how to keep moving forward. So grounding exercises, deep breath exercises, getting yourself water so that the water, as you sip the water, slows your respirations down. There's so much that's uncertain these days. And as you write down or think about the people that you are worried about, one of the nice things that we can do is sit down and write them a note and say to them what they mean to you. You won't be able to go see them, but you can put this note in an envelope and send it, and then see what kind of replies you get. At the end of it, give them your phone number if they don't already have it. Share a message of what it is that they have meant for you in your life. Maybe it's a teacher who impacted you in ways that you haven't shared with them. Getting that on a piece of paper, putting it in an envelope, putting it in the mail, will likely bring about a good response back to you if you suggest to them what they had done to help you and to set your life on a certain course. Finally, there's a process of thinking about, what is it that I can do that's new? What is it that I can do that I haven't done in the past that might help me with this? If you have never drawn, sit down and actually see if you can draw something. And focus on drawing it. And focus on trying to make it as clear and concise as you can. You might discover talents that you didn't even know you've had. There are many things that you can do around your house that you already have all of the products for. You could do coloring. You could do crafting. You could do scrapbooking. You can start organizing things for your hobby activities and moving those forward. Also at this time, make sure that you're addressing all of the daily life stressors that you have so that you're understanding how to keep moving things forward. This is more of a process than an event. The more you move, the more you accomplish, the better things that you do are the better things that come to you. It's really a matter of just trying a number of things to be able to start pulling forward where you would like to go with these. As this process continues, you become better and better and better at managing your anxiety so that your anxiety is not managing you. It's, again, a process. It's not an event. It's not a quick fix. It's going to take some time, and that's okay, because time is what we do have the most of right now. If you're at home and you're not getting in, then break up your time, be in different areas of your home, be outside if you can, walk if you can, have a list of tasks that you can accomplish, and accomplish those tasks, because having something done, having something that hadn't been done for a long time, will show success. And success is what you're looking for, because the more you can accomplish, the better off you'll feel about where you're going and what's going on with you. The last thing I want to talk about is checking in. Checking in with yourself, checking in with others, and building a group of people that it's important for you to check in with. Relatives are really important to check in with, making sure that they're doing safe. Because every time you check in with somebody and you find that they're doing okay and that they're being safe, it helps to reassure you that you are doing the right things and being safe. I would say the most important thing is turning off your television and your news feeds, because those are also factors that lead to heightened stress and anxiety. Limiting the amount of time that you watch the news or the amount of news feeds that you take from your devices is a really good way to say, okay, I'm going to deal with this for 20 minutes or 30 minutes a day. Maybe 30 minutes in the evening, maybe it's 30 minutes in the morning. But in between, I am not going to go to the news. I am not going to watch the numbers of cases. I'm going to be understanding that what I do to manage all of this is within my power. Televisions tend to bring stories forward that are captivating, and they lead for you to have emotions touched. And as that occurs, you begin to respond emotionally rather than cognitively to the stressors. And the more that news is on, the more you see these factors. Today is not just COVID-19, it's also storms, heavy storms in the south, tornadoes, severe thunderstorms. Taking the exposure to these away from yourself is really amazingly important for you to be able to then seize control of what's going on with you and to understand that my exposure to this doesn't have to be all day long every single day. I can deal with this a little bit at a time. And give yourself a break. Think about how you talk to yourself. We all do it. Not only do we talk to ourselves, we answer ourselves. And not only do we answer ourselves, but we lose arguments with ourselves. Those arguments that say, I'm going to be good today. Oh, is that a Dairy Queen over there? Off you go not being good. Understand how you talk to yourself and think about, are your statements to yourself positive or are they negative? Are they things that bring growth to you, or are they things that limit growth to you? Understand that when you are feeling the most uncomfortable is when you are growing the most. Because growth, personally, intellectually, emotionally, requires you to live outside of your comfort zone. And the more time that you can spend living outside of your comfort zone and building skills to address the anxiety you're feeling, the more you will be growing. Growing isn't really the easiest thing to do. There is stress, and some stress is positive, and we know that. So allow yourself to feel the stress, allow yourself to feel the anxiousness, breathe, slow down, and understand that because you're anxious, you're growing, and this is how you will move forward in the process. So I really hope this has been helpful, and I'm going to jump off to try to manage some of the questions that have popped up now, and I will see if there's a way to be able to get to that point.